Welcome to the Transform Your Wedding podcast, a how-to guide for taking your wedding to a whole new level. Here's your host, Marie Kubin from Rent My Wedding.
Hey everyone, today we're talking all about the first dance. I'll be chatting with Brian Green, the owner of By Brian Green. He is an award-winning event planner with more than 17 years of experience planning events around the world. So I can't wait to hear all of Brian's tips about the first dance. Hey Brian, well thank you so much for joining me.
Hey Marie, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing?
It's a good day, It's still inside from the pandemic, but we're still good.
Definitely. Just hoping for that day when we all get the vaccine and things go back to normal.
I am ready to go.
So today we've got a fun topic. We're talking all about first dances and how to make them amazing. So for those of our listeners who are just getting started and they're pretty new to all of this, can you give us a breakdown on what's all involved when it comes to the first dance?
Yeah, sure. So obviously there's a lot of hype and excitement. Your first dance as, partners in marriage is super awesome. Your guests have been excited. They watch you say your I do's. But beyond even just the first dance, there's obviously all the great, fabulous tradition. What I love is the fact that today we can do as many things or not as many things. So, child and parent dances. I've seen grandmoms dancing with their grandchildren. If you are brothers and sisters, we do that as well. Fraternity, sorority, you name it. But that first dance remains the most sacred, fabulous moment of the entire night. It's just everyone really getting to see your love just blossom on the dance floor.
Definitely. Now, where do you start when it comes to brainstorming what to do for your first dance?
So for me, I love to sit and talk with my couples because invariably, if it's a male and female couple, or any couple that involves a man, there's usually the, I don't know, um, voice that comes out of. So, and then the fear that the last time they probably danced this way was at a prom.
Yes,
So
so true.
first thing we need to do is to dispel that fear. So what are your favorite songs? What's the sound that you think of when you think of the person that you're in love with? You know, we're not going to dance for the whole 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I promise you. We're going to do it really nice and tight so it's beautiful. You don't have to panic. We're going to get you into the chorus and the bridge and everyone kind of enjoying that moment. And to take the fear out, dance classes are great, but we also know that men hate to go to them. Uh, but I usually recommend, honestly, just to kind of take the silliness away. If you just focused on the person that you said I do to and just forget the room, it really just becomes about the two of you and it will be perfectly fine. So get out of your head.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think just thinking about the first dance is actually more stressful than actually doing it.
Than actually doing it in your entire 6 hour day. It's a minute 30,
Exactly.
which is
I'll be
usually
honest,
nice
for
day.
my wedding, I think, the only thing I was stressed out about was literally the first dance, and I was panicking all day and I couldn't wait for it to be over. So, but it's like you said, once you start doing it, everyone loves it. Honestly, they like you, they could care less, if you can dance or not, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I've seen first dances that are magical, and we've done first dances with, puffs of clouds coming out in multicolors and all kinds of beautiful fireworks and all the gorgeousness. My favorite first dances are the ones where um, a kid runs out on the dance floor and hugs
Yes.
their godmother or godfather, or something unexpected happens that takes that stress away and everybody gets to laugh and breathe out and just know that it's a beautiful ceremonial part. But like you said, no matter how you do it, they're gonna love you. They came to love you.
Exactly.
So don't worry about it. Again, 90 seconds in a 6 hour day. It's easy.
Exactly. Totally agree. So now when it comes to the decor and making that first dance look really beautiful, what tips do you have, whether it's, lighting or different elements that can help that first dance stand out?
So for me, I have become obsessed in the last probably year and a half with wrapped dance floors.
Mm,
I think that part of the decor design of the entire experience, the dance floor is that large piece in the middle of the dance, in the ballroom, in the space that you're in. It's 24 by 24 feet. That's a big set of real estate in your room. To
yeah.
leave it basic white or black, or if you are old school and go back to those old parquet dance floors, back from 1804, um, does your wedding no service. A beautiful wrapped dance floor with a design that really tells the story of the whole wedding is a beautiful canvas for the two of you to stand on. And then lighting is everything.
Totally.
I mean, if my husband and I have a dinner party at our house, he's like, Really? We're doing up lighting?" Yes. We are setting it up. We're setting a mood.
I
We are
love that.
absolutely setting a mood. Who did you marry? What did you think was going to happen?
Right?
So for your first dance, just making sure that your planner has worked with the lighting team and we know what the mood is, the experience. Yeah, we want guests to walk in and have all the beautiful colors so they can, ooh, but when it comes to your first dance, I want to bring all those lights down. And I just want to have a beautiful, soft, light blush, not white. Blush makes us look, our skin looks beautiful no matter
Absolutely.
your race. White is really harsh, and green, you look like you're a cast member on The Walking Dead. So
Oh my
please
gosh, yes.
do not use green. But
Oh,
lighting, just beautiful. What I love to call that Oprah lighting. Remember Oprah's television show? Everyone looks
yes.
beautiful. It's that combination of the blush with just a little bit of soft blue in it that really kind of gets the skin beautiful. Just that soft focus on you. The music isn't too loud, it's not too soft. It's just really a perfect tone setter. People don't even realize that you've drawn them in by pulling the lights down.
Definitely. Yeah, I love that. I think that totally sets the mood, and the lighting is what's going to create that whole ambiance and the experience. So that is such a great tip. I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to some of the logistics, how long exactly should you plan on making your first dance? I know you were saying maybe don't use that whole 4.5 minutes for the song. How do you figure out, the best timing for that?
So usually, if we sat here for 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes, just silent, staring at each other, it is long. So it's a different atmosphere than when you're on the dance floor and they're playing your favorite song and you're just kind of dancing and enjoying the song. That first dance, it is a lot more focused. You want to be a lot more focused. The whole dance is not necessary. You don't need the whole 4.5 minutes. I promise you, you don't. I usually recommend, let's start with that first verse. We want to get to the bridge and the chorus and kind of fade its way out. But I will also say that as the planner in the room, if I look at my couple and they're having a moment, we're going to play. Just let them enjoy it. If they are
Yeah.
enjoying each other and they've let the fear go and the stress go and they're just going for it and you're feeling the love, don't stop the band, don't stop the DJ, let it happen.
Love it. Yeah, that is so perfect. Now, what about when it comes to some of those guests who don't have a huge attention span and maybe they start chatting or they're going to the bar? How do you kind of prevent all that from happening and keep people engaged and actually focused on the first
Well, I am so glad you asked me that because I closed the bar.
dance? Oh,
So
smart.
once cocktail hour is finished and we've moved guests into reception, the bar is closed and all wait staff are off of the floor. That is my rule. No wait staff are on the floor once we have finished. So for us, because I love things that kind of flow in a progression. I hate when you go to a wedding and there's a dance and they serve a course and then there's a toast and then this. So we're going to do all of the formal dances. We're going to get all of the toasts out of the way, and then we're going to open up bars and serve for dinner. I do it for two reasons. One, people aren't drunk yet, so their toasts are short because they're hungry. and they're not inappropriate. No one's saying, Marie, remember when we were in Cancun for spring break? Not having any of that. So making sure that their attention span is solely focused on what's happening. The bars are closed. And once you draw lights in, people know that they need to pay attention. It's that trick from a movie theater that when the lights go down, we get quiet. And that's why I do it. When the lights come down, people know that they're supposed to get quiet.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, it seems simple when you say it, but honestly, I've never thought of these things. And I wish I knew you when I was planning my wedding. That would have been a huge help.
We would have kept them in the room.
Right? Awesome. So I know you kind of touched on the timing a little bit, but I was going to talk about, people think about when to have that first dance. You could either do it during the cocktail hour, before dinner, after dinner. What's the best time to have that first dance?
So for me, I love it as literally I cocktail hour. If we've done a first look, and I hope that most couples will go do a first look. It's such a beautiful moment. It does not take away from you walking down the aisle. It's a separate experience, but it's just you, your spouse, and the photographer, and you get to tell each other how gorgeous you look and how beautiful you feel. If we've done that, then I usually encourage my couple to go to the cocktail hour and spend more time with their guest. If we haven't, then as you know, we're busy taking pictures with family and we're doing all the things that we need to do and get all the fabulous shots because we are going to capture that gown. We're going to make it amazing. But for me, once guests have moved in for reception, there is a psychology at, okay, we're going to eat, we're going to sit down now. So once we've got them seated, introduction of bridal party, introduction of bride and groom. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs., straight into your first dance. So we've got them, they're in there, straight into first dance. If it's male and female couple, we're going to father-daughter. We'll do mother-son if it's available. And then once those are finished, I go right into toast. And the reason why I do that is so that everybody knows that all the formal stuff is in the front end. And once dinner has come, we're just partying the rest of the night. You don't have to worry about you have to sit down or be quiet again. The quiet is happening for 30 minutes at the front. And then it's all you to enjoy and lose your shoe and whatever else is going to happen during the night.
That is perfect. Yeah, I love it. I think that makes complete sense. Do all the traditional things that you need to do up front before, people want to just let loose and do whatever, and you totally lose.
Absolutely. The only thing that we do right after dinner is I'll do cake. And then if they're doing any bouquet or garter, any fraternity or sorority dances or celebrations at that moment, because usually when that happens, then the DJ just starts to pump the music all the way up and it's time to party.
Awesome. So any other tips that you have for us when it comes to the first dance or really just anything wedding planning in general?
Yeah, so a couple of things. I know, so I'm a lover of shoes. I will confess my shoe game is strong. I love a great shoe, and I would recommend to anyone getting married, male or female, that the shoe that you pick, don't let it be a traditional shoe. Really pick a shoe that is going to be gorgeous and comfortable, but also that you can wear again over and over again, because you may go to your friend's wedding and Marie, you can't wear your wedding dress again, but you can wear your shoes and have a moment from your wedding that's a silent moment between you and your spouse, that you guys are in your shoes from your wedding day and you're enjoying somebody else's celebration. For me, it's just a little thing for you, but it's something that you can take throughout to all these other New Year's and every other thing that you're going to celebrate. You've always got that little piece of your wedding that you can take with you forever.
Definitely. That is such a great tip. I love it. And also, can we add, please wear your shoes before the wedding day, because you don't want the wedding day to be the first time you've worn them for more than 10 minutes at a time.
Please. Yes, please wear your shoes. Walk up and down in your house as often as you can. We don't want to scuff red bottoms, but walk up and down in your house as much as you can. And I will also say this, please keep them on the whole night. I know you think that your dress is long, but the photographer did catch the picture with your toes on the dance floor. I swore he did. So please keep your shoes on or transition into another cute shoe that's comfortable. But please keep them on.
Yes, I mean, you don't know what's all on that dance floor either. You do not want to be barefoot on there.
Thank you. And I'm always stressed out when I see like bridesmaids and they're running around without their shoes. I'm like, 8,000 people have been in this ballroom
Yes.
yesterday. What are you doing? So yeah, absolutely. Keep them on.
Yes, there we go. Well, awesome. Brian, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your company.
Sure. So I get to be the lucky guy who is Brian Green. I am the CEO and creative director for By Brian Green events. We're based in Atlanta, but we travel globally. In the middle of the pandemic, I did a wedding in Barbados. I'm off to Italy in July to do another one. We love all things fabulous and glamorous. We enjoy, our motto really is bringing the fabulous. So for our ideal client is someone who knows that your wedding is not about curing cancer, it is about celebrating love. So we like to take the stress out. You know, a shade of purple is beautiful, but we're not going to lose sleep over it. You know, we are going to make this a beautiful day. It is for us, it is the first time that you as a married couple are going to celebrate and entertain your family, friends, and loved ones. So for us, that's important. We want to make sure that we help you set the tone for whatever your future celebrations are going to be. So for us, we always start with our couples asking, you know, 5 things that you want this experience to be for your guest. And that's the 5 things we build the wedding experience on, because at your core, that's who you are. And that's how you're going to celebrate. So when you say fun and great food and unique and all of these wonderful adjectives that you get to use, and we take them in as a team, and then we sit and go, this is going to how we're going to create the word unique. This is how it's going to feel fun. This is how it's going to be glamorous. Because when you leave us, that's what your guests know whenever they come to your home. That's how you're going to entertain. You're going to have fun with them. You're going to create great food experiences, and it's going to have something unique and weird and interesting. So for us, it's a really serious responsibility. We love what we do. We take our clients for champagne brunches and manicures and pedicures. I'm going to out myself. I need a new one. But it's about really enjoying the journey together, because at the end of the day, we're walking towards love. I mean, who could beat that?
Right? I love that. Awesome. And Brian, how can everyone get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So you can follow us on all socials at By Brian Green. That's BYBRIANGREEN. Or check us out on our website at www.bybriangreen.com. Send me a DM, hit me up, follow me on Clubhouse. I am in there a lot talking to potential couples and other wedding vendors, because I'm also a speaker and educator for other wedding and event professionals as well. So love to chat. So when you reached out, I was like, absolutely, we get to talk about some fun stuff.
Perfect. Well, Brian, it was so much fun chatting with you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you. And once we get off, I'm going to steal your couch because I'm living for it. Fabulous.
So comfortable too.
I love it. Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all of those tips about the first dance. And don't forget, you can catch all of our podcast episodes over at transformyourwedding.com. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.
This podcast is brought to you by Rent My Wedding, your one-stop shop for event rentals. Order online and rentals are delivered right to your door. Shipping is free both ways nationwide. Rent lighting, backdrops, photo booths, and more. With the most 5-star reviews in the industry, Rent My Wedding makes rentals easy and affordable. Book your rentals today at www.rentmywedding.com.